Brad, let me bring you in real fast because I think you also kind of hit the nail on the head this afternoon when you were talking about the different threat types with the storm, the tornado versus the flood. I mean, what cards are on the table here for from your perspective in Charlotte and across the region?
Yeah, I think Robbie was right there when he's talking about, by far flooding's our number one concern. Typically we would be worried about some wind with a tropical system. And while I do think there's an isolated chance for tornadoes, when you look at the numbers, I tell people all the time, it's like the flood threat's like 50 times higher than those other risks. So you got to prioritize. It's not that we're discounting the wind and tornado threat. It's just the probability of being impacted by those other two is much, much smaller than the flood threat. And it's such a widespread flood threat. It's not like it's going to be isolated. You see that swath of like 3 to 6 inches. It's, let's say that shifts north or south 25 miles. It might change the location, but somebody's going to get absolutely clobbered with heavy rain. And to me, the thing that's striking is the time frame. That's all going to fall in like less than 24 hours. And in some cases, it looks like it's fallen in about 12 hours. So that's a lot of rain in a very short period of time. I think the one thing that works in our favor a little bit is Duke Power has been great in our area of lowering all the lakes. I was looking at Lake Wiley and Lake Norman. They've got about 3 feet, 3.5 feet of capacity. So that's good. And we haven't had a lot of rain in the Piedmont in the last 10 days. So we're pretty dry. So I think this initial rain will actually help us out a little bit and soak in. But I just did a stream earlier tonight. And one of the things I was saying was, we're going to have light and moderate rain almost all night tonight through early tomorrow. That's probably going to tally up to an inch or two. And then if that main ball of rain, which is near the center, kind of breaks off and moves up here, that's like a 2 or 3 inch per hour rainfall rate in there, falls over that area that got light rain for 6 or 7 hours. Then you're starting to talk about that flood potential really ramping up. It might be one of those things tomorrow where we're sitting around in the rain going, yeah, this isn't so bad. And then this heavy rain band comes in and all of a sudden, boom, all heck breaks loose and we've got water rescues and stuff going on.
Hey, Brad, one thing you were talking about, it's been dry in the Piedmont, but as you have covered up here where I live, the Hickory, Morganton, Lenoir area, I'm looking at the southeast climate map right now. 55.43 inches of rain already in Hickory, almost 52 inches in Morganton, 49 in Lenoir. So that foothill area, although it may not get the 6-7 inches of rain, 3 to 4 inches up here could still be a big deal.
Yeah, it's crazy the difference from the Piedmont up to there. And I was actually talking about this today when one of my producers asked about, the river flood threat. And I said, the concern for the rivers is if we get that water up there where you guys are, up in Burke, Caldwell, Catawba County, the area that's been clobbered all year, that tends to be more of a lake and Catawba River issue. In Charlotte, we're really worried about urban flash flood, because we're such a flash flood prone city. Charlotte is a lot like Austin, Texas. If you've ever been down there, there's just creeks everywhere, so, and we've got a lot of new development. So that runoff is quick, but yeah, it's crazy, Scotty. I mean, that Hickory Unifor area, it's the amount of rain this summer, it was just insane up there. And then you come down to Charlotte and we were actually a little bit dry this summer. And I think between Charlotte and Lincolnton is kind of the line where you go from below average to above average rainfall. And that's only about a 25-minute drive. So I hope the rain, like I said, I hope that heavy rain band doesn't shift up towards you guys, because not only would that be bad for you, that would be really bad for the Catawba River Basin, which eventually then would come down our way.
That's Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, WCNC Charlotte.